actually, I love doing toilets too.
Okay.
We have the toilets we carry are Toto, and I love them too. So I like selling stuff that I like.
Sure. Why do you like them so much?
They're sleek looking. I don't. This is a toilet. They're sleek looking. They're shaped cool. The flushing system's way different than the other. I really like it. Every single time I've installed one, I've never heard anybody say they didn't like them or it didn't work well. And I always, if it's an older toilet, even if it's a flop ratio, I always try to go for the toilet first. I like doing replacements more than repairs, right? Repairs, there's more room for error, right? So I try to go for the replacements, and there's always something when you change out parts for a toilet from an older toilet to newer parts, our universal parts. And sometimes, a lot of times, it just doesn't work that well.
So we experience it in my house.
Yeah. Replacement for me, I go for the replacement. It's just so much easier on my life too, and the customers like it.
How do you explain it to the homeowner? I mean, it sounds like you're passionate about it. You try and say, hey, Bob, I can go ahead and rebuild this thing, but it's just so much easier. And this is the toilets look nicer. Like, how do you sell the value?
Yeah. I would be like, well, I can tell this is probably, this is in the master bathroom, let's say. You guys use it a lot. It's old. I'm going to change out this part, but, right around the corner of these parts are going to change. By the time, we come back couple times, you're already in over a toilet, right? A new toilet, and
multiple services.
Yeah, and usually those older toilets, they're standard height. They're not elongated. They maybe not have the soft close lid. There's just so much different stuff that they don't have, and they're old, so get it replaced.
Yeah. How do you say, hey, even if I take a look at the other ones, because if this one's 20 years old and it's failing you, maybe those are
too, right? If it's that kind of brand, I would say, hey, is this the same brand you have? Let me just go look, and I'll just take some pictures, whatever, get it in our system so we have it on file, and then go from there.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, you're taking pictures.
Take a picture of everything, every plumbing fixture I see, we take it in. So
how do you explain it to homeowners? I ain't taking pictures of my plumbing.
Well, a lot of times I'll say, well, we're going to be your plumbers now. We'll be the one to call, so we'd like to have this in their system just in case another plumber comes out. They can see kind of what I've done, what you have, and even before we go to the call, they'll kind of know what, right? If it's the call is again another, toilet problem, they can see, oh, they have this brand toilet, it's probably this or whatever.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Do you, how many different toilets will you guys sell? Do you sell a bunch of different ones or all that or two?
A good amount, but I feel like I only sell like two different ones. Those are and I always go for the ones that are on my truck, right?
I was going to ask how you handle it.
We carry two of them, and that's like the standard Toto, but I hate saying standard because they don't look like a standard, you know what I'm saying? They're nice. So we carry those two, and I want to do it then. I don't like ordering stuff and doing it for a later time. So usually go for those ones, but we do have one-piece toilets, and sometimes I have to get the one-piece ones because they're lower, and if you install it under someone has that little shelf that they put candles on, sure, ours won't fit it. They're too tall. So I have to sometimes order, but usually I say, we got them in the truck. Let's get it going right now.